Example number 6. Oh, some of you it wasn't yellow. Sorry. Some of you is white. Forgot I ran out of yellow paper when I copied that one. All right, number 6. Okay, number 6 looked like this. 9p to the 4th plus 25p cubed minus 38p squared plus 88p minus 16 divided by 9p minus 2. We haven't had to deal with a leading coefficient other than 1 with our divisor. So this is why I was trying to emphasize setting your binomial equal to 0 to solve, because here we've got 2 steps to solve. We add the 2, but we're not done. We were finished with that the other day. We're not finished now. We've got to divide by 9. So 2 over 9 is the number that goes on the shelf here. So we're going to have to deal with some fractions. So since I made that mistake on the last problem, let's check to make sure we're in standard form and not missing any terms before I just start writing stuff down. All right, p to the 4th, p cubed, p squared, p constant. Okay, we're good. Okay, so 9, 25, negative 78, 88, negative 16. So we bring down the 9. And we multiply. Now, if you don't know how to multiply these fractions without a calculator, we're going to talk about that for a second. Yes, you have your calculator, but I'm trying to train you for the future, so you need to know how to do this without a calculator. 9 times 2 over 9. The 9s cancel. Okay, if you have to write it out over here, 9 times 2 over 9, those 9s cancel. The result is 2. I want you to try and practice these without your calculator. So we add 25 plus 2 is 27. Okay, same thing. 27 times 2 over 9. 27 over 9 gives us 3. So 3 times 2 is 6. Then we add negative 78 plus 6 is negative 72. Okay, negative 72 times 2 over 9. 72 divided by 9 is 8. It was negative, so that gives us negative 16. Negative 8 times 2 is negative 16. Add, this time we get positive 72. So we get the same result, it's just positive instead of negative. So we get 16. And when we add, we get 0. Our remainder is 0. Now, there's one more step that we have to do before we can write our final answer. When there is a fraction on the shelf, we have to go through and divide all of our coefficients by the denominator, except for the remainder. Now, in this case, it wouldn't matter, but if there was a remainder, you don't touch the remainder. That's why I like to put a box around it. It reminds me not to touch it. So here's what my answer should look like. We had p to the 4th, so we reduce it to p cubed. 9 divided by 9 is 1, so that's p cubed plus 27 divided by 9 is 3, 3p squared. Negative 72 divided by 9 is negative 8p. Positive 72 divided by 9 is positive 8. Remainder of 0, so there is our final answer. Okay, so we're not changing the process of the synthetic division. You just have to remember, if there's a fraction on the shelf, at the very end, you have to divide all those coefficients by the denominator of the number that was on the shelf. Okay, so let's look at number 7. What's going to go on the shelf? Negative 6 over 7. Okay, negative 6 over 7. We subtract the 6 and we divide by 7. So negative 6 over 7 goes on the shelf. Okay, we start with v to the 5th. V to the 4th, we're missing v cubed. We're missing v squared. V and our constant. Okay, so bring down the 7. 7 times negative 6 over 7 is negative 6. 6 plus negative 6 is 0. Multiply anything by 0, the result is 0. Add 0 to 0, you get 0. We multiply by 0 again. It's getting a little boring. 0 plus 0 is 0. Multiply one more time by 0. Finally, we add and we get something else. Negative 35. Negative 35 times negative 6 over 7. Negative times a negative is a positive. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. And then negative 31 plus 30 is negative 1. Okay, we've got to divide by our denominator of 7. Obviously, dividing 0 by 7 is still 0. So we've got v to the 4th, v cubed, v squared, v. So here's our answer. V to the 4th. We don't need to put those things that have a coefficient of 0, so then we can skip down to minus 5. Minus 1 over what we divided by, 7v plus 6. Okay, remember I mentioned the other day, when your remainder is negative, you can just put a minus sign in front of that fraction there on the end. I'm okay if you want to put plus with the negative with the 1, that's fine. This is how the answer key is going to happen. Okay, that's how it would show up as a multiple choice answer choice as well. Okay, so let's keep practicing with our